Discover the weirdest and poorest country in Europe. Ever imagined living in Europe while spending less, enjoying a high quality of life, and getting to know and cherish the most beautiful women in the world? Blonde, beautiful women with green eyes, soft skin, or perhaps dark-haired with long hair and a captivating gaze. Introducing Armenia, a country located in the Caucasus region, at the crossroads of Western and Eastern Asia. It borders Georgia to the north, Iran to the south, Azerbaijan to the east, and Turkey to the west. Its capital is Yerevan, and the official language is Armenian. Interestingly, in Armenia, the number of women exceeds the number of men. To put it into perspective, Armenia's population is around 3 million, with 1.6 million being women and 1.4 million men. This makes the country perfect for single men seeking new experiences with beautiful and respectful women. On average, there are 200,000 beautiful women with sensational curves, a respectful, friendly, and honest culture that you can engage with, even marry, and build a life in Armenia or, if you prefer, travel to another European country. Throughout history, Armenia and its people have gone through various phases. In antiquity, the Kingdom of Armenia, ruled by dynasties like the Artaxiad and Arsacid, was established in the region. Under the reign of Tigranes the Great in the 1st century BC, Armenia expanded its borders and reached the height of its power, becoming a significant kingdom in the regional scene. Christianity was officially adopted as the state religion in 301 AD, making Armenia the first country to do so. This played a crucial role in shaping Armenian identity. Over the centuries, Armenia was contested among powerful empires such as the Roman, Persian, and Byzantine. This constant struggle resulted in territorial divisions and changes in cultural and political influence. During the early 20th century Ottoman Empire, the Armenian Genocide occurred, where millions of Armenians were killed or deported in a tragic event that left an indelible mark on the country's history. Armenia's history under Ottoman rule was marked by periods of coexistence, but also significant difficulties and tragedies. For several centuries, Armenia was part of the Ottoman Empire, a multi-ethnic and multi-religious empire. Under this rule, Armenians, Turks, and other ethnic and religious communities coexisted in some areas. Under Ottoman rule, Armenians maintained their cultural identity, preserving their traditions, language, and Orthodox Christian religion. The Armenian community developed cultural centers, churches, and institutions that were important for preserving its heritage. However, the period also witnessed hardships, including discrimination, religious and political restrictions, and, most dramatically, the Armenian Genocide. During World War I, hundreds of thousands to millions of Armenians were killed or deported by the Ottoman Empire in an event known as the Armenian Genocide. The Armenian Genocide resulted in the dispersal of the Armenian community worldwide, creating a large Armenian diaspora that spread across various regions, including Europe, America, and the Middle East. The Armenian Genocide remains a sensitive point in Armenian history, and international recognition of this event as genocide is a matter of great importance for Armenia and the Armenian diaspora. The period of Armenia under the Ottoman Empire was characterized by a mix of cultural coexistence and profound tragedies. The Armenian Genocide, in particular, had a lasting impact on the Armenian community and shaped historical relations between Armenia and Turkey to this day. After World War I, Armenia briefly achieved independence in 1918, but was subsequently incorporated into the Soviet Union in 1920. During the Soviet period, Armenia experienced a mixture of industrialization, cultural Russification, and political turmoil. During the period when Armenia was part of the Soviet Union, there were significant changes and developments. As part of the Soviet Union, Armenia underwent a series of political, economic, and social transformations. The Armenian SSR was an autonomous republic within the Soviet Union, with its own government structure but under the central control of the Soviet Communist Party. During this period, politics were dominated by the Communist Party, and the economy and public life were largely state-controlled. Under the Soviet regime, there was a significant push for the industrialization of Armenia, with the establishment of factories and industries in sectors such as manufacturing, electronics, and chemistry. Urban development increased, with the construction of infrastructure such as roads, schools, hospitals, and housing. Armenian culture was supported by the state, but often through the lens of Soviet ideology, influencing arts, literature, and other cultural expressions. One of the most significant events of this period was the conflict in Nagorno-Karabakh, a region with an Armenian ethnic majority within Soviet Azerbaijan. The ethnic and territorial conflict generated tensions and culminated in armed conflict after the dissolution dissolution of the Soviet Union. The transition to independence brought economic, political, and social challenges, including territorial conflicts with Azerbaijan over Nagorno-Karabakh and issues of democratic development and stability. Armenia's history is marked by periods of glory and difficulties, cultural resistance, and geopolitical challenges. The customs of the Armenian people reflect a rich cultural heritage that has been preserved over centuries. Armenians are known for their warm hospitality. Welcoming visitors with food, drink, and good company is an essential part of Armenian culture. Additionally, family holds great importance in Armenian society. Respect for elders is deeply rooted, and family traditions are valued. Armenian cuisine is rich and diverse, with traditional dishes such as stuffed grape leaves, barbecue, and lavash, thin bread, being integral to culinary culture. Folk dances and traditional music are important parts of Armenian celebrations. Dances like kochari and instrumental music like duduk are representative of the local culture. An interesting fact is that the majority of Armenians follow the Armenian Apostolic Church, one of the oldest churches in the world. Religion plays a fundamental role in Armenian life and traditions. These customs and traditions are valued and passed down from generation to generation, contributing to the unique cultural identity of the Armenian people. Traditional practices and values continue to play a central role in the daily life and celebrations of the Armenian community, both within the country and in the Armenian diaspora around the world. Regarding the economy of Armenia, it is quite diversified, but agribusiness is one of the most important sectors. Agriculture is a significant part of the Armenian economy, contributing significantly to employment and the country's GDP. Major crops include grapes, important for wine production, fruits, apples, apricots, etc., vegetables, and grains. Livestock farming, especially beef and dairy production, is also an essential part of the agricultural sector. Armenia has mineral resources, including deposits of copper, gold, molybdenum, among others. The mining sector plays a crucial role in the economy, contributing to exports and revenue generation for the country. However, Armenia does not solely rely on agribusiness. It also generates significant wealth through the information technology and innovation sector. The information technology industry is one of the fastest growing areas in Armenia, driven by local talent and foreign investments. The country has become a hub for software companies, game development, IT services, and innovative startups. The Armenian diaspora has played a crucial role in the economy, contributing investments, remittances, and support for the country's economic development. Additionally, another strong sector is the tourism sector, which is experiencing growth, with visitors drawn to the rich cultural history, ancient architecture, monasteries, and natural landscapes. Places like the Gegard Monastery, the city of Dilijan, and Lake Sevan are popular destinations for tourists. However, despite advancements, Armenia's economy faces challenges such as unemployment, underdeveloped infrastructure, and dependency on external aid. The government is implementing reforms to promote a more favorable business environment, attract foreign investment, and stimulate sustainable economic growth. The currency of Armenia is the Armenian dram. The average cost of renting a one-bedroom apartment in the center of Yerevan, the capital of Armenia, can range from $200 to $400 per month, while outside the center, prices may be slightly lower, ranging from $50 to $100. Monthly food expenses can rank from $150 to $200 per person, depending on lifestyle and dietary choices. Public transportation is quite affordable, with bus or metro fares costing around 20 to 30 cents. Prices at restaurants in Armenia can vary significantly, depending on the type of establishment and location, whether it's in more touristy areas or not. But for example, in an economical restaurant, a main dish can cost between $3 to $8. In mid-range restaurants, prices per individual meal can range from $8 to $20, depending on the menu and location. Dinners at more upscale restaurants or tourist spots can cost between $20 to $40 per person, depending on the menu and choices made. The cost of food at restaurants in Armenia is generally considered reasonable compared to many Western countries. As for the minimum wage in Armenia, it revolves around $200. However, as in any capitalist place, there are higher salaries, so the average salary is around $450. If we compare it with much of Europe and the United States, we will see that indeed Armenia's salary is quite low, and in many places, it is considered a poor country. Furthermore, Armenia is also known for its distinctive geography. The topography of Armenia is characterized by mountains and plateaus. About 90% of the country is situated at an altitude of over 1,000 meters above sea level. The main mountain ranges include Mount Ararat in the west, the Zangezur Range in the southeast, and the Central Armenian Plateau, which covers most of the country. The The highest point is Mount Ararat, at 4,090 meters above sea level. The main rivers of Armenia are the Aras and the Hrazdan. The Aras River forms part of the border with Turkey and flows into Azerbaijan. The Hrazdan is the longest river entirely located in Armenia and is a tributary of the Aras River. Additionally, Lake Sevan is the largest body of water in the country and an important freshwater reservoir in the Caucasus region. Armenia's climate is varied due to its mountainous terrain. In the lowlands around Lake Sevan and the Aras River, the climate is humid subtropical, with cold winters and hot summers. In the mountains, the climate is colder and alpine, with harsh winters and mild summers. Overall, the climate is continental, with significant temperature variations between seasons. Armenia has limited natural resources but does have deposits of minerals such as copper, molybdenum, gold, and other precious metals. The country also has some hydropower production due to its rivers and lakes. Armenia's natural vegetation is diverse and includes deciduous forests, steppes, and alpine pastures. However, due to human activity and historical deforestation, forested areas have significantly decreased over time. Agriculture is an important activity in the Armenian economy, with crops such as wheat, barley, potatoes, grapes, and fruits being cultivated on fertile land, especially in valley and plain areas. However, the country faces environmental challenges such as soil erosion and water pollution due to agricultural intensification and lack of adequate infrastructure. With all these facts, beautiful landscapes, welcoming people, and a low cost of living, Armenia becomes an excellent country for Americans to travel to and even live in. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you're single, this country is an excellent option to visit, experience a new culture, meet new women, and maybe even marry an Armenian woman. Can you imagine yourself living this? A beautiful blonde or brunette woman with long hair, a perfect smile, and breathtaking curves, enjoying all of this, building a family, and being happy in another country? This is possible for you earning in dollars, euros, and even in the local currency if you choose to live in Armenia itself. Armenian women predominantly have black or dark brown hair, with straight or wavy hair being more common. Their eyes are usually dark brown, but you can also find women with green, blue, or gray eyes, precisely because of Russian influence in the region for centuries. The color of their skin varies between light and brown tones, with olive tones being more common. Armenian women are known for their strength and resilience, having gone through various challenges throughout history. They are generally independent and confident, always seeking to achieve their goals. Armenian women are very hardworking and dedicated, both in their homes and in their careers. They take great pride in their culture and traditions and preserve them with great care. Additionally, they are famous for their hospitality and generosity, always welcoming their guests with warmth. Armenian women, like in many places, are diverse in their experiences, but share a strong connection with culture, family, and community. So, if you're single, do you feel like going to Armenia and building a life there? Comment below. Armenia is known as a poor country that has faced various challenges throughout its history, which reflects to this day. However, this country has beautiful women with Turkish and Russian origins, making it a great option for those who want to start a new life with an honest and family-oriented Armenian woman. Well, I'll leave it here. Until the next video.